Alright guys, you've seen us tear it down. We ended up having a bent connecting rod, so we had to send it off to the machine shop to get redone. We went ahead and put flat tops in it to increase the compression a little bit, maybe get a little bit more horsepower out of it. I'm going to put you into time lapse. I'm going to throw it back together so we can get it in that S-40. Hey guys, sorry about that. The camera cut off and I didn't know it. But we got the motor back together. It's very cool. The first LS motor we've ever did. We've done some 350 small blocks and stuff like that, but we are doing a little bit of a learning process. I will say that this book, that book right there, is a very good buy. I think I paid like 20 bucks on Amazon for it. It wasn't very much, but it gives you specs of everything. So if you run into the spot where you're like, man, I ain't quite sure, you go to the book and then you for sure. Which makes you feel comfortable when you spend this kind of money on a motor. I know it ain't big money, but for us little shop guys it is. Getting set up to test fit the motor. This right here is our 6.0 that we built. It's got flat top pistons in it, been bored 30 over. It's Brian Tooley Racing cam, lifters and springs. Did LS7 lifters. I don't remember what the cam specs on it right now. Off of what we figure is it's going to be right between like 480 and 500 horsepower. Should be a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and pull this windshield wiper motor, mainly because I don't want it to hit my new motor. We're trying to test fit. I mean, if you listen to the internet, it says the motor will fit underneath this, but we all know the internet's always right, you know. So I'm just going to pull it out so that I ain't got to worry about it. Other thing I need to do is this big pinch wheel right here. We got to flatten it out a little bit. Probably cut some couple grooves in it and then hammer it back. And then plan on doing the delete on the AC heat box, doing something vintage air or something on the inside. Whenever we get ready to figure that out, I have to pull the dash. Plan on putting a custom dash in it anyway, so that ain't no big deal. A little bit of time. Find a grinder. That's almost bad. I think I'm gonna get one more in this corner. We lost the footage of the motor install, so all I have is pictures. We ended up getting the motor test fitted. It didn't fit, so I knew at that point we were going to have to cut the cross members out. So we wanted to keep it a roller as long as possible, so we ended up working on the firewall first, getting it all flattened out, and deleting the AC area and painting it. And then I welded in this 3x3 square tube and 1/4-inch wall to stiffen up the frame, and also hold everything in place while we cut everything out. That is the entire front drive assembly. Then we ended up building a custom cross member. Alright guys, we got a big delivery today. Pretty exciting on my side of things. The tires and wheels come in. I ordered them from Beadlock Marketplace on Facebook. You find his number on the Facebook page. You call him. Super nice guy, very helpful. But I was able to buy the tires and rims. He mounted and balanced them and shipped to me for the same price as just buying the wheels and tires and shipping them to me. So it helped me out a lot and made things a lot easier, especially with the size of tire we ended up going with. We got the 42-inch Milestar Patagonians with a 20-inch raceline wheels. You see these on YouTube all the time. Everybody always talk about 42s, but you don't realize how big they are until you get them. This is a 35. So it's a huge difference. It's honestly a little bit bigger than I even expected, but I still think it's gonna make it look really cool and make it great for the project. I'm gonna throw a picture in here next to my brother's Jeep, just so if you're ever around a Jeep, you can see how big these things are. All right, guys, we gotta get caught up on the video since we lost them. We drilled out the hubs, the Ford hubs, into a Chevy pattern. We also built the 3-link, which is these bars here, along with that one over there. Welded the brackets onto the frame and the axle. This is all Barnes. We also built the front steering. So we ended up doing a box out of an Astro van. which put the pitman arm steering forward. And then we built this pitman arm by cutting off the old pitman arm for the S10, drilled a hole in a piece of, I think this was 1/2 inch steel when we started, and welding it in there, and then building these brackets right here. These bars right here are just tacked in for the suspension, keeping it at right height for right now, because I don't have the money for the Ories yet. So until we get them, that takes care of us for letting us build on. We rowel lined the entire underneath of the cab. I don't know if you can see in the video, there's a little piece of it. But the whole underneath of the cab has been rowel lined, along with building a new cross member for the transmission to sit on. We got the drive lines in. This is Oliver drive lines. You order offline, you can call them. Super helpful people. I'm talking like, I don't know nothing about drive lines. They help us figure out what size yokes everything need to be, get everything together. I highly recommend them. We got the 14 bolt rear end. It's also built. So it has the same 538 gears, but it has a Yukon Grizzly locker in it. We used the factory leaf springs off the S10. The original S10, your axle rides on top of the leaf springs. So Yukon makes a conversion kit to where 14 bolt will come underneath. I also have longer arms here in case the right height don't end up right. We already got the new rotors and brakes on here. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. It was unfortunate that we lost so much video. That's all we got for this week. Next week, we will be putting the roll cage in and start installing the dash. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. We'll find out, I guess. Thanks for watching.